guys? How y'all doing today? Well, if your name is Drake, you are down bad. But baby, first of all, you know it's bad when a whole nation clowns your patootie. I'm too early in the YouTube video to start using whatever. Y'all, what am I talking about? Argentina is clowning the mess out of Drake. Also, Drake is spiraling, and somebody needs to take his I don't know. What is he using? A debit card, his credit card? Somebody needs to take away his slush fund because he might be broke by the time this is over. On top of that, the internet is not done clowning Drake. We have accumulated some of the finest comedians, literally letting Drake know he ain't like us. But before we get to that compilation, let me just say, first of all, let's talk about this Argentina mess. First of all, let me just say this. All right. I did a video earlier about how Kendrick ruined Drake's comeback. And I talked about how Kendrick was in the Black Hippies. I know, listen, the Black Hippies was Schoolboy Q, which I mentioned, but he got edited out. My volume went out. You know how this be doing. What's his name? J Rock, right? Absol, and of course, K. Dot. They are the originators. Schoolboy Q, all of them. Shout out to the Black Hippies. Anyway, Absol jumped online earlier to ruin Drake's comeback moment. He was supposed to be remaking Man in the Mirror or have a duet with Man in the Mirror. He is still trying to push, in my opinion, UMG's agenda of using AI voices, because I'm sure he was going to have an AI Michael Jackson singing, Kendrick Lamar's a bitch. I never felt like this. Who am I pretending not to see them? Wait, listen. I'm sure he was going to have an AI Michael Jackson acting stupid, saying dumb stuff. Never mind the fact that Catherine, Drake was a part of Black American culture. He'd know this. Catherine, Michael Jackson's heart, who he did all this for, is beefing with the estate. So this isn't a time to even do anything with any of Michael Jackson's stuff. Anyway, Kendrick ruined that. But guess what? Ab-Soul came out of his slumber. He rarely tweets to literally be like, baby, you need to self-respect. You're not going to win this with a Michael Jackson remake. We're not doing that today. Go look in the mirror. To which UMG was like, crap. We can't use that anymore, right? Because they can't take another loss. Drake has had too many losses in too short a time. But y'all, we'll talk about that in another video because even academics look like he's jumping ship. But I'll talk about that in a different video. Let's talk about how the stress of Drake. Y'all saw him when he was literally looking at Michael Rubin's party, looking like the slush puppy dog. You know that dog that be on the icy machines at roller rinks and like places that and arcades, places kids like to go and people under 18. And he was just looking droopity droop, right? Scoopity doop, poop, poop, just looking bad. And somebody said, stop calling Drake 50 because him and Kendrick are like the same age. I said, I can't tell because Drake looks, but then again, maybe he's just very stressed out. People are saying that Drake is gambling away his life. That's what he does because he needs so much to feel like a winner, especially after Kendrick right now not only stalled his career. I know these Drake fans are like, Drake's the number one most recorded. Okay, fine, but Drake's not happy with it. So why are y'all happy at it? Don't y'all want better for your king? Your king is broken. Your king is bowed. Can y'all rally around him or start sending him some lyrics? You know he probably fired all his ghostwriters in a paranoid fit because he don't know where all the leaks are coming from. Why are y'all on Twitter windmilling on people and banging out like you guys are Bloods and Crips? Why? Go to your king, send him some lyrics, at the very least, like form a prayer circle or something. I don't know. Do something. He needs inspiration, not y'all windmilling. Now, academics and who else? Gordo said that Drake might drop music July 12th. We don't care. It's not, that's another thing, Drake's fan. It's not that serious. Like, if Drake makes another banger, great. All Kendrick said is stop with the gangster stuff. You have no connection to Black culture. And like Joe Budden said, a Drake fan is not necessarily a fan of hip hop. So he can be a popular artist, but not the most popular hip hop star. Do you see what I'm saying? Because a lot of Drake's fans don't like rap. but they like Drake. You see what I'm saying? It's like saying, I don't really like Latin music, but I liked when Drake collabed with J Balvin. You see what I'm saying? It's like, and then I'm saying, who's the best Latin artist? I don't even really like Latin. How am I to say? Anyway, right? Let's talk about Drake going broke, broke. A whole nation trolled Drake. Argentina, they trolled Drake with a reference to Kendrick Lamar's brutal diss track after Drake lost a $300 bet on his native Canada. Now listen, I can't get mad that Drake backed Canada. If anything, Canada, you should be mad that Drake is pulling you into this mess. Y'all don't do nothing but mind your business, collect the finest maple syrup known to earth, and then whoever eats Canadian bacon, this I don't eat bacon, but y'all get my thing, right? Canada shouldn't suffer because of Drake, because from what I've been hearing on independent Canada Twitter, not the Glazers, right? But they said that Canada actually was getting its own unique scene. They do have the Caribbean immigrant culture, they have the Asian, they were getting their own unique style that every region does. When Drake came up, Drake literally tried to partner with these people. He stopped albums, he blocked releases, he collaborated with who he could, and who he couldn't, he actually destroyed. They're saying that Drake set the Canadian music scene back decades out of his greediness and his selfishness. So everybody thinks that Drake is out there. Let's say what it is. It is all a con. It's all a scam. He didn't. Drake is a collaborator. He needed that hotness. He didn't do it out of the kindness of his heart. He collaborated with people that were the hottest on the scene. Looked like he shared the platform, but the funny thing is, it was like he was like the Borg from Star Trek. He only assimilated. He was the Fire Nation. All they know how to do is burn, devour, and then they go off into the next kingdom. Literally, he literally was knee deep in the Earth Kingdom. Literally, bombs dropping. There is no war, and all the Drake fans are like, "There is no war." And Bate Singh, if you don't know what I'm referring to, go watch Avatar. Not the M Night Shyamalan one. Watch the actual cartoon, the cartoon, The Last Airbender. You're gonna love it. Anyway, here we go. They said Drake placed a $300 bet on Canada to reach the final of Copa American. However, they were beaten by Argentina, who are now aimed to dig a whole nation united to say you ain't like this. Drake, what you gonna do with Latin America? You already can't go to Miami. You already, I mean, who said it? Whack 100 said you cool to come to Compton. I wouldn't listen to you because as far as I know, Whack 100 and the game are the ones that told you that Kendrick wasn't really affiliated. They just waiting for you to get clowned and punched in the face. And anyway, right? I wouldn't listen to them. But anyway, getting back into this. So he already got beef with Brazil. The whole country can't stand Drake. Go to that Brazilian Twitter after he canceled that contract at concert. Now, or he was rude or something or other. That go to Brazilian Twitter. They got words for Drake. Now, Argentina got beef with him. They mocked Drake after he bet against them ahead of their Copa American semifinal clash. He placed a 300,000 wager on his nation to overcome Lionel Messi and co. You thought Canada was beating Lionel Messi? Again, Canada, you know what you gotta do. We got love for you, but you know what you gotta do. You gotta cut ties. But if you're gonna stand by a lane, you gonna have to take that lame shame. And it looks like Drake is in a shame spiral. If Canada succeeded, the rapper would have pocketed 2.8 million, but it wasn't to be as the Reds suffered defeat. Drake, how much money does Drake actually have? Because these are the bets we know about that he lost. If he had won bets, he would advertise it. I actually think Drake got that Bruno Mars thing going. He just be losing bets a lot. Argentina booked their place in the final thanks to a 2-0 win. Uh, Argentina's Twitter account was clearly aware of Drake's bet and decided to take aim at the artist immediately after the match. Oh, they was waiting for that mess. They was waiting on Drake from the door. They probably saw that and said, bet. They literally was probably listening to like Euphoria, 666. Oh, like that, back to back. I like that record. Literally, Kendrick wasn't joking when he said headshots for the year, huh? You better walk around like Daft Punk. He was not joking. Anyway, right? What are you gonna do about this? Anyway, the team posted a photo celebrating the term "not like us, not with us." Drake, he's just been rejected from everything. What do you do? Listen, I know I said I have a compilation of people that are hating on Drake, and I'm gonna show it, but I'll put it in a separate video because y'all been saying these videos um, are too long. But listen, I'm just saying. Listen, let me just say this as I continue to make the video longer. Uh, yeah, Drake, I don't know what he's gonna do. He thought he was gonna come back with a little sob story and play victim like Justin Timberlake, and everybody was going to forgive him. I don't. And what do I forgive him for? Listen, I know the Drake people are like, oh my God, he's the best, blah, blah, blah. It's not about that. You've been had very, very serious allegations leveled against you. Any woman that is over 25 knows that when you were 14, 15, 16, there were always weirdos trying to talk to you. We saw some of our friends get caught up in it, not knowing any better. Some of us because we could stay out of it. But the things that Drake has been accused of, I think a lot of women can relate to the way he has this weird obsession with breaking up happy Black families, the way he has a weird obsession, and let me say this, a lot of people don't talk about, with trying to publicly humiliate, mock, and destroy Black women. And not because it's some breakup. No, he only cares about them when he sees them happy. That mess between Drake and Riri, he was sitting on mute, silent. It wasn't until she looked happy with ASAP Rocky that he wanted to put her in a song. That stuff with Serena, he was sitting on mute. He wouldn't even claim Serena. It's not until she got happy with a kid and a man that stood by her side that he start putting her on wax. That stuff with Megan Thee Stallion, now she's not in a relationship, but he did that off a GP with Tory Lanez, probably because Meg wouldn't even let Drake even near her to sniff her, to smell her perfume. He has an odd fixation in humbling and, in my opinion, hating on Black women, treating Black women like they're not worthy. The only Black women he even rocks with are strippers. Do you know what I'm saying? There's a problem with Drake. And when he goes through men, he really goes through it to kind of destroy the Black men. Like, you could never have a woman that loves you. There is no respect. There is no real things. Man, I'm about sick of Drake, just like the Argentinian team is. But I will say one thing. This tweet right now has 8.7 million views. It has 40K reposts. It has a gang of likes. And this is just one off the official account of the Argentinian team. How does a whole country come together to tell you, baby, it ain't never, 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 never going to happen? Listen, Drake bet against Argentina, and the admin is subbing Canada with a Kendrick Lamar song. Drake says he's coming out with new music on July 12th. Good luck. But at this point, there is nothing Drake could put out that would be big enough to convince anybody to overlook his antics to accept him. I think Drake needs to just lay low. Just lay low. But that's how you know that he really is on a leash and he has nothing. That's how you know he is on the leash and he has nothing that he can do um with with he has nothing to do with his career. He is a puppet because they won't let that man sleep. And you know he just wants to stay in the embassy at his boring little candidate cookout, making his friends come over and smoke hookah with him. Anyway, you guys, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to you later. Bye.